So, back for another VGC guide, and this time we're looking at Infernape. It technically beats Incineroar, 1v1. It's a fighting type, close combat, lots of damage, faster fake out. So that's what Infernape really has over Incineroar, but it's incredibly frail. So much so that you pretty much must run the Focus Sash. Like, its speed is good. It underspeeds Ogerpon, and it underspeeds Tornadus. Bit awkward, but reasonably fast. Close Combat and Overheat is the combination that I've used on Infernapes that I've used even dating back to 2015. This is the exact EV spread that I've used on Infernape every single time that I've used it, because going for Overheat is your strongest fire type attack, going for Close Combat is your strongest fighting type attack. Yes, you do now have Aura Sphere available. You can absolutely do that and just run full special attack, but Close Combat is way stronger. Also, you're going to go for something like Fire Punch or Temper Flare with Infernape physically, which is way weaker than Overheat, because if you go for Flare Blitz, you sacrifice your Focus Sash, so it's not worth it. Therefore, these are the best combination of attacks on Infernape. It should be pretty much always Overheat, Close Combat, Fake Out, and then filler support move. Helping Hand is very good. Fake Out and Helping Hand is a great combination to help enable supports, set up Pokemon, with a support Pokemon, I should say. Because if you go for Fake Out and Set Up, and then you're not quite strong enough to be able to KO, Helping Hand pushes it over the edge. But there are plenty of other good moves to have on Infernape. This is not a recommended moveset. These are just alternatives for moves that are on this Infernape spread here. So, like I said, Temper Flare and Aura Sphere are alternatives to have on Infernape over Overheat and Close Combat respectively, if you just want to invest purely into one of the stats. Feint is a very good move paired with Fake Out, because then they can no longer safely protect in front of your Fake Out, because then there's always that mind game of, do you just feint through their double protect and get some extra momentum. Coaching is pretty good as well. It's similar to Helping Hand, but being able to give a free bulk up to your partners, that could be very good on certain teams. It's not very splashable, but on certain teams, Coaching will be very correct on Infernape if you are using it. Here's some other ones. Encore's great. Fake Out and Encore, because Fake Out, they want to double protect, and then suddenly you Encore them into that protect. So that's another way of punishing double protect, just like Feint does. Infernape is strong enough and fast enough that it can set up a Sword Stance here. If you do have that, absolutely have Temper Flare over Overheat. If you're going with a slightly supportive Infernape that can also set up on Sweep. Taunt and Will-O-Wisp, they're good supportive moves as well. I don't think I need to explain too much about those. But otherwise, you're probably going to see Incineroar way more than Infernape, unfortunately, even though this is actually technically an Incineroar counter.